Hi, welcome back. It's Novel Idea. This is my second video this week, so I am crushing it. Today, coming at you with the Anti-TBR tag. I'm stoked about this tag because I think that BookTube is like the corner of the internet where we can talk about opinions. We don't have to necessarily worry as much about offending people. Books are one of those things where the nature of it is that we're all gonna have such different opinions. And I feel like we should lean into that as opposed to be nervous or afraid to talk about the fact that we all have such different reactions. If anyone has watched my videos, which I know there are very few of you, I don't shy away from saying how I really feel about books. That's definitely something I like to do on this channel. And in the spirit of that, let's get into this tag. First question is a popular book that I have no interest in reading. I'm gonna say over the past couple years, there's been like a number of books. Like the one that comes to mind is the Gail Honeyman, Eleanor Oliphant is Totally Fine or something like that. It just doesn't seem interesting to me. A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. That one is huge and I feel like I know what it's gonna be about and I know it's gonna be super depressing, and I think that it just is like a bit daunting, and I just don't know if I want to dedicate like a month and a half to reading that book, so that would be another one. A classic author or book that I have no interest in reading. I'm gonna say Ernest Hemingway, F. Scott Fitzgerald, anyone else, and that kind of like bro culture, like 1930s type of book where it's like them in Paris or something and they're just like chilling and not really doing anything, and the books end up being like super boring. Yeah, I don't know, it's not really my thing. Like after I read The Sun Also Rises, I kind of was done with Hemingway. I just found that book very boring. In the same vein, I would say like Jack Kerouac, couldn't get through On the Road. I'm sorry. Like I have tried reading that book maybe 3 or 4 times. It bores me to tears every time. Every time I get stuck at the same midpoint of the book and I just can't read it anymore. Just those characters are just awful. Like they're so. The third question, actually that one was the fourth, I think. The third question is an author that I have no interest in reading. For this, it's super easy. Murakami. What the hell is the deal with Murakami? Why do people like Murakami? I finished Norwegian Wood, and I think I also tried Kafka on the Shore. He's just not for me. Murakami is like bro fiction. I know he's like so popular. He has a ton of books, but I am not intrigued like whatsoever by any of them. And I've heard that he's kind of misogynistic and yeah, I don't know. I'm not really all that interested in reading any more Murakami. I think that I'm good with that author. I think I've read what I needed to read to know that I'm not interested in reading anything else. So Murakami. The next question is a problematic author that I have no interest in reading. I actually have a really hard time answering this question. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but the one that like would I think closest match the question is maybe Jeffrey Eugenides. I have read Middlesex and I really enjoyed that book, but The Virgin Suicides was very, very much not for me. I really did not like that book. And I've also tried to read The Marriage Plot. Also boring. Hang on. You know what? I'm getting him confused. Okay, so scratch that. Okay, I would say for this one, Junot Diaz. Junot Diaz, I read his book, what is it called? Junot Diaz's book, The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde, I think that's how you pronounce it. I really enjoyed that book, but I have heard some really horrible things about him, some accusations and things of that nature. So it's not exactly an author that I intend to return to. It's just like So the other question is an author that I've read a couple books from and decided that they're not for me. I did say Murakami. He definitely applies for this question as well. A genre that I have no interest in reading. I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon here and say fantasy. The second a book talks about other realms or like worlds, I kind of just like lose interest, and I don't know what it is about realms, but I'm just not interested in other realms. Like, I don't know why. I just like fantasy is just not my jam. Like, it's just not. YA, like any kind of John Green type of novel, like Rainbow Rowell. I don't know. Like, is that even a name? Definitely fantasy, YA, and the majority of thrillers. It's just a lot of those books where I feel like I'm reading like mass-produced sort of novels that really are just like a formula that they just kind of like pump out, you know, like those kind of books. Not for me. All right, so a book that I bought that I don't plan on reading. This book here is called Exciting Times. I don't know how to pronounce the author's name, but I bought it because it's been pretty well received on BookTube and on Goodreads. The thing about it is I've started it and it just seems like a less good version of Normal People by Sally Rooney. I know it's been like touted as exactly that, but yeah, I was not really feeling it. Like, I understand what the book is about and the writing and just like so far the plot, I'm not digging it, but I think that I will give it another shot because it might be one of those books that I just really need to like keep going, and then once I do, maybe I'll like it. So this might be one of those. In general, I don't really buy books and like not read them. Like, I buy books to read them. So the majority of my books I will read, and I intend to read, if not now, then at some point. I do put a good amount of thought into like books that I purchase, and I certainly never buy books with the intention of not reading them. I think that's a little bit strange. So yeah, that's kind of a tricky question, I would say. Okay, so series that I'm not interested in reading. I mean, I don't in general read series, but the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series, I don't think I'm gonna read that. They're really long, and just don't see myself getting there. Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, like all that kind of stuff, I just don't think I'm gonna read. Any of that Sarah J. Maas type of stuff, the Robin Hobb stuff, I just don't see myself. Again, these are like, I don't know if they're fantasy, I think they might be, so if there's another realm in them, I probably won't read it. New release, I have no interest in reading. I don't have an answer for this one. I don't know of a new release that I'm not interested in reading. I guess the Man Booker winner, Shuggy Bain, I think it's called. But that one, I don't think I will read that. It just kind of seems like an Angela's Ashes kind of book. Don't hate me. So that's a super quick video that I just wanted to post, trying to be more diligent here with my channel, be posting more regularly. So if you have comments or your own answers to these questions, please comment down below. I would love to read them. And thank you so much for watching.